Every bite you take, every sip you drink, isn't just feeding your body, it's rewiring your brain. What if every craving, every late-night snack, every just one bite, was actually shaping the way you think, feel, and remember? Because it is. And today, we're diving into the science of how your brain changes every time you eat. If you could take your brain, remove all its water, and break it down to its raw ingredients, you'd find a complex recipe of fats, proteins, amino acids, micronutrients, and glucose. Nearly 60% of your brain is made of fat, and among these fats, omega-3 and omega-6 are the most vital. They're not just nutrients. They're structural materials that keep your neurons connected and communicating. Your brain literally builds itself from what you eat. But not all fats are friends. Long-term consumption of trans or saturated fats can slow neural communication and increase the risk of cognitive decline. So the next time you choose between fast food and fatty fish, you're choosing between mental fog or mental clarity. Inside your neurons, a microscopic orchestra plays every second. Proteins and amino acids act as conductors, directing neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, the chemicals that define your mood, focus, and motivation. Ever noticed how a carb-heavy meal leaves you drowsy, while protein gives you alertness? That's your brain chemistry shifting. Each amino acid competes for access to your brain, determining whether you feel calm, anxious, focused, or fatigued. It's not magic. It's biology in motion. Your brain, like any organ, ages. But it also defends itself. Micronutrients, especially vitamins B6, B12, folic acid, and antioxidants, act as shields against oxidative stress and free radicals that slowly erode brain cells. Fruits, vegetables, and whole grains don't just fuel the body, they preserve memory, slow cognitive decline, and protect against neurodegenerative disease. Without these tiny defenders, your brain becomes more vulnerable, less resilient against time itself. Although your brain makes up only 2% of your body's weight, it consumes up to 20% of your total energy. Its favorite fuel, glucose. When you eat carbohydrates, your body converts them into glucose, the energy currency your neurons run on. But not all carbohydrates behave the same. A slice of white bread releases glucose fast, giving you a short burst of energy, followed by a sharp crash in attention and mood. Whole grains, oats, and legumes, on the other hand, release glucose slowly, providing a steady flow of focus and stability. That's why the difference between productive and tired can simply be the difference between your breakfast choices. Every thought, every memory, every emotion depends on the raw materials you give your brain. Nutrition doesn't just change how you feel, it changes who you are becoming. A diet high in processed fats and sugar doesn't just hurt your heart. It alters your neural structure, reduces your learning capacity, and accelerates mental fatigue. But a diet balanced with omega-rich fats, proteins, complex carbs, and micronutrients creates a resilient, efficient, and adaptive brain. This is the true biology of performance. Not supplements, not hacks, but the silent science of what's on your plate. Your brain is not separate from your diet. It is your diet, transformed into thought. So the next time you eat, remember, you're not just feeding hunger, you're feeding memory, focus, creativity. You're shaping the very system that defines who you are. Feed your brain wisely, and it will repay you in clarity, resilience, and time. If you found this enlightening, subscribe for more science-backed explorations into the human mind, and discover how to optimize the most powerful organ in your body,